crazy peeps in the chat room. I hope after last night, everybody,
well made it.
Probably had a cold cleanse, I guess you could say, after last night's festivities, Kev.
Oh, I hope we all made it. I've seen somebody in the chat room there saying that it got a bit scary for them. They couldn't tune in anymore. No wonder. It was terrifying. What the heck, dude? And we've got some woo we can look at tonight. We've also got some other stories as well. But I hope everyone enjoyed yesterday. That was off the charts, good boys. And
good old-fashioned, that was woo at its finest, man. I tell you what, you don't get much better than that. Good old paranormal woo.
It took things back to the good old days. And talking of the good old days, maybe, just maybe, we might have a fourth spoke to the wheel joining us. Yes. The three musketeers and Dogtanian. A very, very hairy Dogtanian might be joining us momentarily. Isn't that right, Scott?
Yes, but the mythical unicorn is always elusive, and just when you think you may have the unicorn within your grasp, it just effervesces into the ether.
Effervesces into the yes. Now, would that increase his carbon footprint?
Yeah, I heard that unicorns have pretty severe flatulence. So
see, well then, we can't have them. They'll warm the planet.
Well, before I do anything, I have to fix the chat room here. There we go. There we go. It's coming in now. See? Got it sussed, boys. Got it sussed.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so we might have Popeye joining us. That's what we're hinting at, right? But Popeye being Popeye, he likes to be fashionably late.
Late, yeah, and a little bit of drama to go along with it.
Yeah, he wants us all to kind of talk about him first.
And of course, tonight we will be triggering him too. So you'll see what happens when Popeye gets triggered. And that in and of itself is an adventure that will lead to hours of entertainment. And boy, your ears might fall off by the end of the broadcast. So what are we going to start off with tonight, my friends?
Well, why don't we start off with the creepy woo, right? And then, because we went woo last night, so we'll start with woo tonight, but then we'll go into other stories that myself and Joe and Scott have found. Some funny, some serious, but you know us, you'll get an entirely unique take, whatever it is we're talking about. So today, over in the Discord, the KBS Discord, the disco, as I call it, just a guy sent a video. And this is all about a haunted garage. And I must admit, I gave this a viewing, boys, and that this is weird. There's some weird stuff going on in here. I think you would definitely have to put it into the Poltergeist category. But we're going to look at it together. What's that face for?
Did you call it garage?
Garage? Yeah.
Garage?
What do you call it? A garage?
It's a garagey.
Nah, it's a garage, man.
Garage.
It's a place it's a place on the side of the house. This isn't a garage anyway. This is like a
garage.
It's an entertainment room, right? I'm going to end up coming over there and leathering you. You do realize that you people butchered our English, right?
Does it have an aluminium siding on it?
No, it's got aluminum. Right, and here we go, you absolute dick. Volume on.
Got my volume on. I'm ready.
We're ready for it. You can hear a bit of music in the background there, right?
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
You'll see. Don't be impatient. We'd wait 15 minutes for the shadow dude to do his thing last night. Here we go. We'll come here, right? There we go. So this is the person coming out, right, to make sure that there's nothing left on.
Yeah.
So that's not a shadow dude. Don't panic, folks. That's a human. So we've been told. That's not a garage. That's not a garage in anyone's house, dude. That's like an entertainment room.
I got you. Yeah. It's man cave.
This is where shit gets real.
Okay. Well, yeah, of course. You turn the lights off.
Whoa.
Wow. Oh.
Duh, duh, duh.
Ooh.
Just stay. Just a little bit longer.
That's weird.
Wow.
We've got an incoming. Richie Valley, you just keep singing in the background there. Let's see what mood Brian's in tonight. Come on, Brian. Be happy, Brian.
I'm glad to see you all made it and the shadow people didn't snatch your booty. Hi to all chat peeps. Kev, Joe, and Scotty Smoke Mifya Gotham.
No.
Look at that. Brian's on point.
He's on point so far, but give him a couple of hours. He'll be smoking that wacky backy again, and I can't control him. The Australian one might sound more robotic, but she doesn't get up to half of the antics that Brian gets up to, honestly. So, this is one of these cameras that sends the alert to your phone, and it's picking up motion in there. Oh, look at that thing. What is that?
It's like an orb. It's like an orbit.
Ooh.
Oh, Homer Simpson running means only one thing. That's us one more member closer to Anne's shoe. We need 2 new members, folks. We will unlock.
It's like a paranormal tadpole.
This coming down, it's like, that's ectoplasm, right?
Ectoplasm.
You'd think so. But there's orbs and everything as well in this, Joe. This has got the full thing, man.
Go.
So there it is there for people just falling down.
It's just kind of swimming in the air.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Look at that. That's an orb. It's going right for the camera.
Yep.
Wow.
Your camera heard a sound.
The ball's in a different place on the table, too.
Oh. We've got another Homer Simpson incoming.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, Anne. Oh, boy. We are one away.
One member
from the shoe.
Look at the pool balls. They're not where they appear to
Nancy! Big welcome to Nancy, our good friend in the chat room there. Yes, Nancy, we are one closer. Look at that, one closer to the shoe. Shoe incoming, exactly. Here we go. Oh, more orbs.
Hey, orbit.
What do you make of them, guys? What do you make of them?
Well, there's so many different ways you can take it, but that's basically just what we can interpret, But I wonder what kind of energy is behind that. Obviously, it's intelligent.
I think so.
Yeah.
I do too.
Obviously, I think it's somewhere in the realm of like ectoplasm or something like that. I think that's why you see the temperature drop in rooms and electromagnetic fluctuations, and they've even had observable changes in like barometric pressure and humidity. So I think whatever is going on, whatever is trying to manifest itself as having to absorb energy from the surrounding area.
That's why you see the batteries as well, Scott, sometimes getting drained,
I wonder when this garage was built. The only reason why I say is I wonder if somebody didn't kind of seal somebody in the concrete underneath. Because I'll tell you, this thing is quite active for a garage. I mean, it's just a garage.
This voice that's coming up, this voice really got me earlier on. And of course, I mean, there's no way we can definitively prove that this is a disembodied voice. I get that. But it's good woo.
Okay.
Silenced.
Wow. That sounded almost like, like a smoke detector thing. And look at that little light going on and off.
That's a weird one, huh?
Yeah, to me, it almost sounded like somebody was coughing or something. Like,
Wow, look at the pool balls now. Oh, this must be a different night.
yeah. Oh, it rolled.
Yep.
Yeah, pinball machine turned on. Wow.
That's pretty freaky.
That's freaky. I wonder what the backstory is here. Like if there's a just turns right off. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Oh, it's like a wisp of smoke or something. What is it?
See, that's like ectoplasm.
That's definitely, yeah.
I'm telling you, it's like some ectoplasm. And then another one whipped across the screen real fast.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Wow.
Look at that.
It's like a bunch of them like blipping across the screen. See them? Dark cross.
Yeah. They're having a party. Oh, he's going to sleep in the recliner.
That's pretty weird, huh?
Yeah, look at they turned it off. They're like, yeah, we want some privacy.
It sounds like somebody walking around.
It does, but those pool balls are moving. Look at there's another orb or ectoplasm.
That's bizarre. Well, look at it falling down from the roof. Look.
Look at that. Holy,
they're like raining down, dude.
That's bizarre.
That's pretty similar to something that happened to Ange, believe it or not. She ran into it where these caterpillar-like things were coming out through the light fixture ceiling fan thing that we had. They were crawling on the ceiling, and then she had these rainbow pastel confetti worm-looking things that were coming down. Moving like that. Very, very interesting.
Very, very creepy, man.
Very creepy, but I've seen those before. Look at that. If that was in color, that would be it'd probably be very interesting, like pastel-y cut kind of.
Would you even pick it up though? Because I mean, I think you're probably only going to see this in infrared, right?
It would either be just an infrared, but they could be emitting some kind of visible light. You just don't know, you know. It could be some like faint, like Joe said, like these faint sort of pastel colors that you just vaguely see in the dark.
And the
the
thing about this channel that makes it even more compelling, in my opinion, it's not a ghost channel. This is a channel that usually like covers dogs and things like that, from what I could make out from Just a Guy. So it's not a channel that dedicates itself to looking for this kind of stuff, you know? I don't know why that makes it a bit more compelling, but it just does for me. I don't know.
Because you know that it doesn't seem like they're trying to peddle that kind of content. So for them to upload something so
that's
out
still
of the
going,
ordinary,
Scotty, look.
Wow.
And it can't, I mean, if it's a breeze, right? It's a weird breeze because it was going to cross the way to start with, and now it's going to floating up the way.
That's just crazy crap, man.
Voice.
Crazy.
You do hear something in the background there, but again, you can't tell if that's maybe from another part of the house or... Whoa.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Whoa. That was kind of weird, huh?
It was weird.
Then they just end it on that, like...
Damn. So yeah, so that was a big shout out to Just a Guy for sending us that.
It was very good, yeah.
We're definitely going to keep on every week, at least looking at one paranormal story, because there's so much good woo out there to be looking at. Because we often talk about the thinning of the veil and more of this stuff happening. So there's a plethora of it out there. And one of the channels that we looked at yesterday, I'm not sure if this is it here, we'll try and find it. Yeah, this one here. we were looking at this guy's videos, and he's actually still live right now.
Oh, he's a freaking nut. Look at him. Oh, my God. How are you staying awake?
He's doing 48 hours of this, man.
He's doing a 48-hour paranormal video marathon, which is he's pretty dedicated. He's a hardcore
Look
dude.
at him, that's hardcore, dude, and he still needs a toilet.
Yeah.
Just give up the ghost, man. Give up the ghost. Go and empty your bowels. None of your subscribers are going to mind. Just go and take care of yourself, dude.
Honest to God, what I don't understand is where
do you find it all?
Not only where do you find it all, but then you have to like comb through it all. How do you stay conscious combing through all of that video for 48 hours? That would kick my ass.
It would, but I can remember a time when myself and Anne probably would have done that quite easily. Yeah. Just really into that whole paranormal shows and everything else.
Yeah, but even so, I have my limits, you know, man. That's kind of like, that's hardcore.
It's heavy going, dude, but that's his shtick. Yeah. That's his thing. He loves it.
It's what he does.
He's dedicated to the cause, man. So
I mean, he's at that point in time now in the live stream where he does have that look of constant constipation and clear discomfort and probably would rather be watching grass growing at this point.
Yeah, big shout out to Just a Guy in the chat room for providing us with that. And you see, this is why the Discord server's coming in handy already, Joe. Scott, you see, we can crowdsource.
Very nice to have that little that little back door, if you will, that little back channel.
Joe loves the back door. He loves back doors, does Joe? What's your back door, Justa? Joe loves it.
So, what are we going to start with now?
Well, how about the shall we take?
Well, can I start off with something?
No, hang on a minute. Hang on, Scott. He tells me before we go live, yeah, you're doing it all tonight. I'm not doing nothing. Throws a hissy fit. We've done one story and already here he goes. Go on, Joe. Where are we going? Come on. Bring it.
People are already getting arrested.
Oh. We chose the same one, dude.
Yeah.
This is where I was going.
And of course, you know, guys, they're YouTubers. Those pesky YouTubers are at it again.
You knew it was inevitable, right? It was going to be a YouTuber that got caught first. I mean, you did know that.
First, and why not? And why not, right? This is Mashable says, with only 1 week to go until the widely memed Area 51 raid, 2 hopefuls were already arrested for trying to storm the Air Force Base. Unsurprisingly, they're both vloggers.
2 hopefuls. I like that, Joe. I like that, though.
Let's go get them.
2 hopefuls. It's as if they're trying out to play for, like, the Chicago Bears or something. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like they were there just trying to get, like, a head start on everybody. Eager to see them aliens. The original Facebook event put it, Dutch YouTubers Ty Granzier and Govert Sweep ignored the do not enter signs and entered anyway. According to the video posted by the Nye County Sheriff's Office, the 2 were caught when the deputies responded to a report of 4 national trespassers at Area 51, which, of course, is a national security site. And Sweep's car was parked at the gate approximately 3 miles into the property. Both individuals told deputies that they speak, write, and read English. They said they saw the no trespassing signs at the Mercury Highway entrance to the Nevada National Security Site.
Incoming. Oh.
I've got my extra pair of boxers ready. Let's do this.
That's awesome.
Brilliant. I bet you these 2 needed extra boxers when they were getting arrested, man.
These Dutch boys, they needed some. Let's see. Granzier advised deputies that he's a YouTuber.
Oh, well, that's it then. You know, that's the get out of jail free card.
Look at boys. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a professional. Now, I'd advise get back and let me get my work done.
Well, imagine saying that to somebody. Hey, I'm a YouTuber, you know, as if they're meant. What does that give you? Some kind of fucking shield of protection?
There are
like military security forces roll up, and you're like, "It's okay. I'm a
boys. I'm a YouTuber."
YouTube response team.
Their car was packed with a laptop, cameras, and a drone.
Oh, hey, come on now. Taking a drone. Come on now.
Hey, after Granzier and Sweep consented to a search, deputies found footage of Area 51. Now, both YouTubers were arrested and booked in Nye County Jail and were charged with trespassing. If caught trespassing on a military base, violators can receive a $500 fine, a prison sentence of up to 6 months, or both. In an Instagram post on Tuesday, Granzier wrote, "It has always been a dream to be here. Now, to crazy recordings of crazy adventures and Area 51.
Who knew Arnold Schwarzenegger went to Area 51, dude? Will he be back?
He appears to have removed any mention of Area 51 from the caption, but his supports are flooding his comments with hashtag free Thai. Look at him. Now, although more than 2 million Facebook users responded to the event, the U.S. government warned against actually attempting to storm the military base on September 20th. The U.S. Air Force is aware of the Facebook post. An Air Force spokesperson told Insider, any attempt to illegally access military installations or military training areas is dangerous, they said. Ahead of the estimated thousands of eager alien enthusiasts flooding the area, the Nevada DOT removed the iconic extraterrestrial highway sign so that people wouldn't, obviously, they removed the sign so they won't know that they're here.
So want to track them. They're like, look, there it is. There's the Area 51.
Yeah, instead of risking the prison sentence or worse, consider going to the corresponding music festival, Alien Stock.
There you go. There's an idea.
Yeah.
Says the Facebook event's original creator backed out and called it.
Did you guys hear the brain?
No. What did she say?
The brain said it's dangerous, meaning they'll shoot you.
Yes. Yeah. This is like universal eugenics.
Yeah,
it's
universal eugenics. Let's lure them all in here so we could just mow them down.
It's one way of really cleaning up the gene pool, I find, Joe. Things like that.
The hell with Alien Stock, it's Pale Pink Mistapalooza, live from Area 51.
Who would have thought that this would be the thing that deteriorates relations between the U.S. and the Netherlands?
See, we won't buy Greenland yet. See, so we couldn't buy Greenland the old-fashioned way, so we're just going to kill all the Dutch at Area 51 and then take Greenland.
And then you got the airspace closure for Area 51. I mean, they're taking this pretty seriously because people took a meme so seriously. Can you believe that? I mean, it's mad how this just exploded into what it is now. It's phenomenal.
It's just like we said, there is going to be that small percentage of people who are actually going to go and try it. And the military knows that, and because they know human psychology. There's always going to be that wild card, that X factor. There's going to be someone that's going to try it. And, in the society we live in now, right? I mean, these guys were doing it for their YouTube channel. They wanted that 15 minutes of click fame, and now look at the situation they're in. They got arrested for it. So.
Look at this. I don't know, but TFR are getting some free advertising here. Look, the TFR will be active. You've got TFRs up. As for the TFRs, we're getting free advertising. I don't know what it means. Who cares? TFR, Truth Frequency Radio, right? It must be one of these flight restrictions, something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they do have flight restrictions.
Yeah, it says, what is it? As for the TFRs, one of them will exist along the northwest edge of the box of restricted airspace and land that surrounds Area 51. I've heard of this guy's name, Tyler Rogaway. That's not like Secure Team 10, is it? Tyler?
No, I don't think so.
No,
the Drive is actually a legit type of it's more of like a car review website, but they double as a woo site too. It's kind of like
this dude Tyler Rogaway. He says you're a total moron if you think testing boundaries of military installations for fun is a good idea. These people have not spent much time around military police, and no, I am not talking offence check here. I'm talking about knowingly trespassing on a military installation property in an attempt to F with security. So it's not a good idea. We would all love to know what has been in Area 51 at one point, but there's nothing of interest there now, surely. And if there was, a couple of million people on a Facebook event telling them ahead of time that they were coming, it's not the best way to invade anywhere, really.
And think of the mood that those security personnel have to be in, knowing that this event was happening, right? That there's been all of this hype on social media about it. And I'm sure that their superiors have forced them to go out there and do extra patrols, extra watches, you know what I mean? And sit out there for longer. And they're not in a good mood. They're not going to be in a mood to play around with people that are out there, dicking around, trying to infiltrate the facility, And so, any security personnel you run into there, I'm sure it's not going to be a very friendly chit chat with them. So
no,
don't do it. Not a good idea.
Like we said, this is one horrid way that the gene pool may get corrected a little. Maybe. I know it's a horrible thing to say, Joe, but no.
Not necessarily. I mean, there's some times when it's totally and completely justified, and this may be one. Although I do have to say this. If you think for a second that if they thought that there was some sort of legitimate threat, that they would just leave everything hunky-dory right where it's at, you're sadly mistaken. And number two, don't think for a second that they wouldn't defend that area, especially considering the fact that they give you fair warning beforehand that don't come over here. You will get shot. You will die. It's right on the signs, and there's multiple signs. It's all over the place.
It's like I've said before, Joe, I was never defending any top secret kind of base over here, but we had like orders to shoot at a certain point. It's just what happens at a military base.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So what are you going to do? Just stand around and let them walk in when you don't even know who the hell you know what I mean?
You're not walking around with it locked and loaded just for show. You know what I'm saying, folks? It doesn't work that way. It's not a Hollywood movie. It's the real world. But talking of the real world, let's dip our toe into some woo, right? You guys were having a good laugh with me. We all had a good laugh about Nessie being an eel, right? But have you ever heard of the Chinese Nessie, Scott? I hadn't.
I've heard of a sea monster that's in Thailand, I think called the Naga or something like that.
Well, we've got a new one now. And
That's a new one.
It's in the Yangtze River. And here it is here. It says, shocking video of China's Loch Ness monster swimming in Asia's longest river. Now, I'm quite impressed with this, actually. Take a look at this, folks. That's pretty impressive. I'll tell you right now, I've never seen any footage of the Loch Ness monster like that. That's something.
That is extremely.
That's
extremely
like Neil.
Yeah, Joe.
Could be, yeah.
It could be.
I'm just saying that the footage is very clear. I mean, this is like pretty good high def footage. I mean, it's on a cell phone.
I've seen something like that. Yeah. From a clarity perspective, outside of National Geographic doing
sometimes
it.
You would think, a log, but as you can see, the tail moves. So we can rule out some solid log or something like that, right?
It's definitely an organic creature, moving its tail
or sea snake, something like that, But it's on a river, so it's fresh water, right? I'd imagine it's fresh water. So
I'd say.
Fresh water. I'd say it's an eel. I'm guessing eel.
I think eel. But very, very interesting.
Yeah.
It's probably an eel you wouldn't want to run into and try to
hell no
mess around with or anything.
It says Loch Ness monster believers were shocked when video of the creature in China, very similar to the Scottish folklore, were posted. In the video, a large eel-like creature can be seen swimming through the water. It's very long and dark, resembling what the Loch Ness monster has been described as. Rule out this picture, folks. That's fake. Rule that out. That was proven fake long ago.
The Yangtze River, you said? The Yangtze River?
Yeah.
I'll pull up some information on that Naga, too.
There it is there. Yangtze.
Yangtze River. And I'm going to put, let's see, eels. I want to see what comes up for Yangtze River and eels. Yeah. The Yangtze River estuary is the main production area of the Anguilla japonica in China, as well as the as well as the only existing fishery area for adult eels. Japanese eels are distributed in the main rivers, Yangtze River estuary. I'm trying to see some pictures of these eels just to kind of get an idea of like how big these things can get.
No sign of Popeye yet, talking of eels.
Yeah. Wow. They've got large catfish in the Yangtze River, too.
Catfish freak me out, dude. They're creepy looking things, man.
Yeah. And they're pretty big. Catfish can grow very big depending on the size of the area that they inhabit, you know. Plus, I mean, here in America, we've got some majorly big catfish. It's something to watch people.
At what point do they become tigerfish or lionfish?
I don't know.
Big cats, dude. Big cats.
Big cats.
Scott's dropped something in here. What's this, Scott?
These are the Naga. They're mythical creatures, serpent-like creatures that are believed to live in the Mekong River.
I've never seen a picture of this before, but how Nessie-like is that?
Pretty amazing, and it's also extremely dragon-like as well.
Very, dude.
They kind of basically refer to it as a sea dragon, so it's pretty interesting. So I got some information pulled up here on it, and I might as well mention the first time I saw this, or where I originally heard of this from, was from a show that used to come on called Destination Truth, hosted by Josh Gates. And
I've got pictures of them up here. They're definitely very dragony.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's pretty crazy. But that area up there where they totally believe in that thing. I mean, they're like have whole shops dedicated to selling Naga swag and all kinds of stuff. So I mean, it's pretty wild. But it says the Phaya Naga, literally Lord of Naga, are mythical serpent-like creatures believed by locals to live in the Mekong River or estuaries. Common explanations of their sightings have been attributed to oarfish, elongated fish with red crests. However, these are exclusively marine and usually live at great depths.
Loch Ness is in play.
Yeah,
definitely.
People in Laos and Thailand attribute the Naga fireballs phenomenon to these creatures. What are the Naga fireball? What's the Naga fireball?
Something
phenomenon?
You don't want to get too close to, Scott.
Yeah.
When a Naga's got a dose of fireballs, there's problems, dude.
Yeah. I'm going to go through the folklore here a little bit, and then I'm going to look up what these Naga fireballs are, because I wonder if that's like St. Elmo's flame or something with on ships or something. I don't know. So it says Thai folklore holds the Phaya Naga to be semi-divine demi-creatures which possess supernatural powers, as has been described in Buddhist and Hindu cosmology. The Kamshanad Forest, Bangdung District, Undun Thani Province, which is held in high reverence and fear across Thailand, is believed to be the border between the human world and the netherworld. And is frequently and is frequently depicted in Thai folklore as the site of many hauntings, but more frequently is considered to be the home of the Naga. In Shan folklore, Nanzhao Kingdom, now southern China and Southeast Asia during the 8th and 9th centuries, which was centered on present-day Yunnan in China, believed Urhai Lake is inhabited of Naga, and is the creator of the Mekong. Very interesting. Let me see what these Naga fireballs are all about.
Joe looks like he suffers from Naga fireballs from time to time, doesn't he?
Oh, they're vicious.
You get a good cream for that, Joe. You'll be fine.
Absorbine Junior.
So the Naga fireball are also known as Bung Phai Phaya Nak.
Bung Phai Phaya, yeah, I'll say it. Bung Phaya Phaya.
Yeah. Bung Phaya Phaya.
Bung Phaya Phaya. Oh.
Damn, dude.
You might need an actual bong with some fire if you're seeing these Mekong lights, man.
Bung.
The ancient world was cool, though. There was all these monsters. There were like fairies. There was unicorns. There were Nagas. And what do we get today? What do we get today? Social bloody media. That's our whack, eh? Social media and a bunch of fake bloody UFO films and Nessie videos on YouTube. I feel I don't know, I just feel cheated. I really feel cheated. We're a victim of our time, boys. A victim of our time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
but guys, this connects with what we were just watching, because we were talking about these orbs and these,
True.
ectoplasm phenomenon. Then listen to this. It says the Mekong lights are a phenomenon said to be seen annually on the Mekong River. Glowing balls are alleged to naturally rise from the water high into the air. The balls are said to be reddish and to range in size, smaller circles.
You don't
up to the
say.
festival.
Oh,
They
Scott,
quickly rise up.
Scott, you're digging a hole deeper here, man.
Knew the Chinese were such avid ball watchers.
They love their balls. They really do.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I like chicken balls out the Chinese, must admit. I don't mind a chicken ball or two. Nice. Absolutely.
I didn't know chicken had balls.
Oh, dude, the blue chickens have blue balls.
Oh, blue chicken, blue balls.
Folks, we need one more member, and we can unlock the shoe that we can throw at the Naga. We can take on our fireballs, the problem that's broke out here on the virtual set of the KBS weekend. We've all got fireballs. What's going on, Scott?
I don't know, man.
Where do we go now, boys? Where do we go now? Joe, you've got stories about robots. We've got stories about... Wait a minute, you got a BBC story here?
Wait a minute, what is this? Yes, I do. I dig up my BBC story in the grab bag. It is why the world is becoming more allergic to food.
Because it's like tainted with so many chemicals and poison.
Well, let's see what they have to say about this. Let's see what the propaganda says.
I was going to say it's from King's College London. That's like 2 doors down from the Tavistock Institute.
Yeah, this is the Ministry of Propaganda reporting. It says, around the world, children are far more likely than ever before to develop food allergies. Inquiries into the deaths of
we've got a new member.
We've got 3.
Oh, we've got it.
Nice.
Oh.
Get the memeing.
Oh, I don't know if I can get it done. I didn't think it would be this quick.
Oh my God, I can't believe you. You're asleep at the wheel.
Give me you read out the story then, Joe, and I'll get this sorted.
This going. Here we go. All right, so Ministry of Propaganda again. Inquiries into the death of British teenagers after eating buttermilk, sesame, and peanut have highlighted the sometimes tragic consequences. Last year, a 6-year-old girl in Western Australia died as a result of a dairy allergy. The rise in allergies in recent decades have been particularly noticeable in the West. Food allergies now affect about 7% of children in the UK and 9% of those in Australia, for example. Across Europe, 2% of adults have food allergies. Life-threatening reactions can be prompted even by traces of the trigger foods, meaning patients and families live with fear and anxiety. The dietary restrictions which follow can become a burden to social and family lives. Now, while we can't say for sure why allergy rates are increasing, researchers around the world are working hard to find ways to combat this phenomenon. Now, what causes an allergy? An allergy is caused by the immune system fighting substances in the environment that it should see as harmless, known as allergens. These innocent substances become targets, leading to allergic reactions. Symptoms range from skin redness or hives and swelling to, in most severe cases, vomiting, diarrhea, difficulty breathing, and anaphylactic shock. Some of the most common foods for children to be allergic to are milk, eggs, peanuts, tree nuts, sesame, fish, and shellfish. Now, the frequency of food allergies has increased over the past 30 years, particularly in industrialized societies. Exactly how great the increase is depending upon the food and where the patient lives. For example, there was a 5-fold increase in peanut allergies in the UK between 1995 and 2016. A study of 1,300 3-year-olds for the Eats study at King's College in London suggested that 2.5% now have peanut allergies. Australia has one of the highest rate of confirmed food allergies. One study found 9% of Australian 1-year-olds had an egg allergy, while 3% allergic to peanuts. Now, the increases in allergies is not simply the effect of society becoming more aware of them and better at diagnosing them. It's thought that allergies and increased sensitivity to foods are probably environmental and related to Western lifestyles. I will say that I believe vaccines have a big place to play into it, and people aren't eating real food anymore, or it's been genetically manipulated in some way.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think the vaccines play a major role, and I also think it's due to the fact that our immune system is under constant bombardment all the time.
Yeah, more so than it has in a long time. Well, more so than in any sort of recent or maybe even modern history.
Yeah, and when your immune system is constantly trying to battle off, all of the chemicals and all of the crap that we were being exposed to, just everything that, like you said, the GMOs, all of that stuff, our immune system is just under constant stress all of the time. And, it gets to a point to where, it's going to start attacking things that normally would be just fine for you, right? But it's in constant overdrive. So I think that's why you're seeing the increase in all of these allergies and people's body just rejecting things that, it really shouldn't be rejecting, but it's just because their immune system is in constant overdrive.
Right. It says here, we know that there are lower rates of allergies in developing countries, and they also are more likely to occur in urban rather than rural areas. Factors may include pollution or dietary changes and less exposure to microbes, which change how our immune system responds. Migrants appear to show a higher prevalence of asthma and food allergy in their adopted country compared to their country of origin, further illustrating the importance of environmental factors. Now, here's some possible explanations. According to the Ministry of Propaganda, there is no single explanation for why the world is becoming more allergic to food, but science has some theories. One is that improved hygiene is to blame, as children are not getting as many infections. Parasitic infections in particular are normally fought by the same mechanisms involved in tackling allergies.
Isn't that very interesting, right? Because, what do we always talk about when we talk about vaccination and all of that stuff? It's better to just expose the child to, say,
build up the terrain.
Or chickenpox or whatever, and then they naturally build an immunity to it.
Stronger
immunity. Yeah, right. Yeah. Not a perfect immunity, but it's something that they'll be able to survive, and it won't be as bad whenever. So
if they actually go through the, that's what they used to do with smallpox. They would get the dead white blood cells from a pustule from a cow, and then they would lance the skin, and they would just rub it on the skin and get a, quote, toned down version. You'd go through smallpox. You'd get it.
That's not good. That's never good. And if anyone's wondering why I'm quiet here, Joe, I'm literally making the shoe. It's going to be here by the end of the stream.
Yes. I'm watching the
Scott is watching the shoe coming together.
The shoe is coming together.
Yeah, so in that case, you build up a stronger immunity to it because you're actually going through it. Same with chickenpox. When you go through chickenpox, one thing. When you get the vaccine, another. People who have gotten the chickenpox vaccine have actually ended up getting chickenpox down the road. So it just because you get the vaccine, too, doesn't ensure that you're not going to get it. I know people that have went through chickenpox that have got it twice.
Yeah.
When you're not supposed to. And then, of course, you've got shingles, which is the adult form of chickenpox.
That's what I was about to say. You also got shingles, which, like you said, it's the adult version of chickenpox. Yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah, that article was pretty interesting, and even they couldn't say, well, we don't have any kind of conclusive.
Because there's no one trick to this thing. There's a lot of things that play into it. They say another idea is that vitamin D can help our immune system develop a healthy response, making us less susceptible to allergies. Most populations around the world don't get enough vitamin D for several reasons, including spending less time in the sun. In the U.S., the rate of vitamin D deficiency is thought to have almost doubled in just over a decade. So unless you're the brain,
Joe, see in Scotland,
vitamin D.
like in Scotland, vitamin D's an issue, man. That's even one of the like selling points to get you into like suntanning places. They'll tell you can get your vitamin D right here, you know?
Yeah. And, you know, that's also why people in higher latitudes have a higher rate of depression, right? Because
they don't have
as
exposure.
Yeah, that's why like suicide rates are so high in like Alaska and up in Scandinavia and stuff because you know.
Hey, let's just take a pause right now, and I'm gonna change hats real quick. And hey, ladies out there.
Oh no, what have we got now?
If any of you out there are experiencing any issues with skin irritation, or perhaps a zit or a rash that you don't like, well, you take one of these. You take the D3. Take like 4 vitamin D3, 5,000 IU D3 tablets, and watch those things disappear, baby. You can also take vitamin E gel cap, and you can rub it on the wound or the zit, and Mo, I tell you what, it's gonna go away.
When did you become hey, Joe?
Hey, and we'll also be wearing jeans that are high waters and bowling shoes too. So there you go.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the shoe is getting uploaded. The shoe is getting uploaded right now.
Oh, very.
You see how fast he is? He's the fastest emoji maker in the West.
Oh, do you know what the bad news is, though? Do you know what the really bad news is?
What's that?
We need 25 more members before we open a new one.
Oh my God.
Let's make the most of what we've got, folks. The shoe might be up for a while.
Okay, so now getting back to this. So they are saying first that vitamin D, and that could be, says here a newer dual allergen exposure theory suggests food allergy development is down to the balance between the timing, dose, and form of exposure. For example, the development of the allergy antibodies can take place through the skin, particularly those inflamed skins in babies with eczema. But it is thought that eating trigger foods during weaning can lead to a healthy response and prevent the allergy developing, because the gut's immune system is prepared to tolerate bacteria and foreign substances such as food. This was the basis for King's College London's LEAP study, which showed about an 80% reduction in peanut allergy in 5-year-old children who regularly ate peanut from the year they were born. The study led to changes in U.S. guidelines about peanut consumption in infancy. I had no idea. UK parents have been advised to consult their GP first. Now, what's the human impact? The death of UK teenagers suffering from food allergies highlighted the human impact of this condition and the importance of a clear and accurate labeling. There is currently no cure for a food allergy, and managing the condition relies on avoiding the offending foods and on an emergency treatment plan in case of exposure. I mean, if you don't have an EpiPen with a food allergy, I mean, you get one. And I don't know how that works with NHS over there.
Well, Popeye was saying I should really have one because of the COPD.
Yeah.
But they don't really. No.
If you don't have one of those and you have a food allergy, you got a death wish.
Yeah.
Doubt about it, dude.
Yeah. And, you know, one of the more horrible stories, and I think we may have covered it on Freaky Friday or something like that a while back, but there was a kid in the UK who you know, the kids are just goofing around in the lunchroom, right? You know, they don't know that the kid has an allergy, right? And they throw a piece of cheese at him.
Oof.
It landed on the back of his neck, and just the contact of the piece of cheese that hit the back of his neck, he ended up dying. It ended up killing him.
imagine being the person that threw that and just having to live with that, not even knowing?
Yeah, it's terrible. So, food allergies are no joke, especially when it's at that level. Yeah, got to have that EpiPen and everything.
Somebody's asking, do you know how much they cost? No.
It depends. Now you can make your own, believe it or not. There's some videos out there and some websites that detail how to make your own EpiPen, but if you've got insurance or even NHS, go to the doc. They should give you one, especially if you have an allergy to anything. Anything that is a risk of anaphylactic shock, you should have an EpiPen. There's just no doubt about it. It's funny too because I remember one of my favorite series over, I'd say, the last 10 years or so was The Nick, and it was a mini or a series that highlighted the Knickerbocker Hospital in New York City. Clive Owen was one of the main characters, but at the turn of the 20th century. And one of the things that they learned, and this was towards the end of the series, was when they had adrenaline and they pumped it right into the heart, it didn't matter. If the person was dead, they'd come right back to life, man. It was like, boom. It's unbelievable. So even if you don't, that's kind of the way to do it, is to make sure you have something like that to counter any sort of anaphylactic shock and get your system. It speeds your system up to get that crap out of you as fast as humanly possible. So yeah, if you don't have something like that, get it. And it should be readily available. I mean, your GP should be able to handle that. I would imagine. Even in the UK, I'd have to imagine it's pretty common to get.
There's the shoe in the chat room, boys. The shoe is live.
Nice. Shoe is there.
That's the very shoe. If you zoom in, you can actually see bits of blood on it, on the toe. That's probably from my nose or some past conflict I've had with the shoe.
That's all right. It's all good. It's beautiful. Lovely shoe.
A nice glittery shoe. Very girly shoe.
Very girly.
I'm just happy it wasn't a high heel, dude. I'm telling you, man. Take your eye out those things. It's not good. Joe's thinking, high heels. Joe's thinking of when he wears his high heels. Look. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
But no, I want to thank all of the members out there. That's absolutely fantastic. So what's going to be happening towards the end of the month is I'm going to be... Joe, don't panic, Joe. Joe, we're not starting any conspiracies. But for the members out there, let's just say that there will be perks. There will be new content. And look at these two trying not to burst out laughing. There's going to be big things in the works, okay? That's all I can say. That's all I can say without...
Things!
Yeah. Big things, Joe. Big things. Can't say any more.
Bigger. It's bigger than Naga balls. Let's just put it that way.
Very much so.
All right, Kev, all you, buddy. Get on it. And a 1. And a 2. And I
thought I'd just leave you waiting there since you were like expecting me to come back and get into stuff. But no, what else have we got then? We have got... Have you done the DNA story?
I have not.
We can't do any more woo. We've got to leave like the shadow people alone. A lot of people in the chat have been disturbed by our shadow people, guys.
I'm quite disturbed by the shadow people. So yeah, I totally, I'm right there with everybody on that.
Yeah, big time. I've been kind of keeping an eye on the chat room. I see my lovely AOC in there. I've even got AOC on the stream here. See if people can spot her. Hang on. There she is. See if people can actually spot where she's hanging out on the stream. Just when I get lonely, you know.
Oh boy.
You see it?
You're hiding her like Waldo, right? You know,
yeah.
Like, where's AOC?
Can people find her? If you can find AOC on the stream, then there you go. But no, we've got a story here about DNA, right? I think somewhere. Where is it? There it is. There it is, dude. There it is.
There it was.
Oh man, why does this always happen? Come on, don't do this to me. Chrome.
Awful.
No, no, Joe. Google are great. YouTube's great. Chrome browser's great when it works.
Yeah, when they work.
When it works. So, Joe, have you got the? Come on, somebody rescue me here. My browser's not playing, man.
Is Harvard University uncovered the DNA switch that controls genes for whole body regeneration.
Wait.
Become reptilian.
So you can like literally grow a new Joe.
So this could have some very, very big repercussions, especially for somebody like Ange, who has injury that thus far there's no cure for. So this is good. It says humans may one day have the ability to regrow limbs after scientists at Harvard uncovered the DNA switch that controls genes for whole body regeneration. Some animals can achieve the extraordinary feat of repair, such as salamanders, which grow back legs, or geckos, or SpongeBob, which can shed their tails to escape predators and then form new ones in just 2 months. Planarian worms or jellyfish and sea anemones go even further, actually regenerating their entire bodies after being cut in half. Now scientists have discovered that in worms, a section of non-coding or junk DNA controls the activation of the master control gene.
Oh, well, then it's not so much junk DNA then, is it?
Oh, imagine our surprise.
Called early growth response, or EGR, which acts like a power switch, turning regeneration on and off. This is a quote from Dr. Manzi Srivastava, associate professor of organismic.
I thought that said orgasmic. I was going to say, orgasmic studies. Nice.
Organismic and evolutionary biology at Harvard University. Dr. Manzi says, we were able to decrease the activity of this gene, and we found that if you don't have EGR, nothing happens. The animal just can't regenerate. All those downstream genes won't turn on. So other switches don't work, and the whole house goes dark, basically. The studies were done in 3 banded panther worms. Scientists found that during regeneration, the tightly packed DNA in their cells started to unfold, allowing new areas to activate.
Dang, dude.
Oh, wow.
But crucially, humans also carry EGR and produce it when cells are stressed and in need of repair. Yet it does not seem to trigger large-scale regeneration. Scientists now think that its master gene is wired differently in humans to animals, and are now trying to find a way to tweak its circuitry to reap its regenerative benefits.
Let's be kind of realistic here, though, right? This isn't going to be the kind of thing that we get our hands on.
Oh
no, this is for that mob that want to live forever.
Yeah,
you know
it says here, postdoctoral student Andrew Gerke of Harvard believes the answer lies in area of non-coding DNA controlling the gene. Non-coding or junk DNA was once believed to do nothing, but in recent years, scientists have realized it's having a major impact. Yeah, it says here only about 2% of the genome makes things like proteins, added Mr. Gerke. Now
Can we call
says,
him Gherkin? Can we call him the Gherkin? It's far better than Gerke.
Okay, we'll go Mr. McGurkin.
Yeah, Gherkin. Okay. Cool.
We wanted to know, what is the other 98% of the genome doing during whole body regeneration? He says, I think we've only scratched the surface. We've looked at some of these switches, but there's a whole other aspect of how the genome is interacting on a larger scale. And all of that is important for turning genes on and off. Marine animals, such as the moon jellyfish, are masters of regeneration, and some have been found to clone themselves after death. In 2016, a Japanese scientist reported that 3 months after the death of his pet jellyfish, who has a freaking pet jellyfish, number one?
Somebody that's really weird, dude. That's the kind of girls, if you go home with a guy and they've either got like squid, octopus, jellyfish, get out of there before you become a statistic. I've seen enough of these murder shows to know that's the kind of pet that belongs to a serial killer. Get out of there.
It says here that a sea anemone-like polyp rose out of the degraded body 3 months later and then astonishingly aged backwards, reverting to a younger state. Oh, an anemone. Thank you, See, the brain always gets. She's so good at that. I
She
am
is.
not good at it at all. It says in the 1990s, scientists in Italy discovered that Turritopsis dorini jellyfish switches back and forth from being a baby to an adult, resulting in its nickname, the immortal jellyfish.
Well, why couldn't they have just called it that to start with instead of
I
that
know.
mouthful?
I don't get it.
Exactly. Get a hold of
Dr.
Gherkin, see if he can sort it.
Dr. Servistava added, quote, the question is, if humans can turn on EGR and not only turn it on, but do it when our cells are injured, why can't we regenerate? It's a good question. It's a very natural question to look at the natural world and think, hey, if a gecko can do it, why can't I? Could you, what's that? Oh.
Imagine that though, like that, like you have an accident, you chop a
Just that,
finger
imagine
off.
if we
And,
could generate teeth.
well, that'd be handy for Scottish people.
It'd be handy for anybody. at
Hell,
this point.
dude.
I actually read something where they were talking about possibly growing new teeth.
I read that, yeah.
I remember hearing something about that.
Yeah. So.
But again,
Very
this isn't for us,
interesting,
eh? This isn't for us. Not for us. And there's a TV show on Netflix. You know, I love my Netflix, called Glitch. It's an Australian show. Love my Australians as well. But it doesn't deal with this type of DNA. What it does is it talks about stem cells, the use of cymatics, vibration as well, to regenerate the human body. As in regenerate people dead coming out of the ground and back to life.
I found that story. Scientific American. Instead of filling cavities, dentists may soon regenerate teeth. Yeah. It says for dentists, a cavity is a conundrum.
Oh, Joe, he's glitched out.
Uh-oh.
We're going to have to call him back, aren't we? This is where Scott turns into like a Nephilim head. There we go. There's Scott's turned into like some kind of Nephilim head. Yeah, it's cool. It's okay, folks. We've got it handled. We'll just call him back. Hang on. Choda. Did Popeye never get back in touch with you, Scott?
Oops.
There we go.
I did it again.
He glitched out the show.
The poopster is trying to be elusive because I know for a fact he can see our posts in the Skype chat.
Of course he can. Of course he can. So anyway, Joe, tell me, how am I going to regenerate some nice pearly white ones?
But what if instead of drilling holes into teeth and patching them up with synthetic fillers, dentists could coax our pearly whites to regrow themselves? Recently, Paul Sharp, a bioengineer at King's College London, and his colleagues discovered a new way to do exactly this in mice. Last year, they published a study describing their innovative techniques in scientific reports. And since then, they've made even more progress that edges this experimental procedure closer to human clinical trials. If the treatment eventually becomes part of the dentist standard toolkit, scientists say it would easily become one of the field's most important advances in 50 years. Our teeth get damaged all the time. Most of the injuries they endure are due to everyday wear and tear, as well as the activities of microbes in the mouth. These organisms coat the surface of each tooth and feed on meal remnants. And as they break down particles of food, some of these microbes produce a secret and secrete acid as a byproduct. And it's that acidity that degrades the enamel, the tooth's outer layer.
Is that like the same as the enamel tablets of tooth?
Yes.
Yes. So like skin, teeth can usually repair minor mishaps themselves. When our teeth remain unclean for far too long, however, acid can eat through the enamel and begin dissolving under layers of dense bony tissue called dentin. And when dentin is seriously injured, stem cells located in the tooth's soft innermost layer, the dental pulp, morph into cells called odontoblasts, which secrete new tissue. Stem cells are capable of becoming virtually any type of cell. Yet when the injury is too large or deep, the fresh dentin is not sufficient to restore the tooth. The result, often a cavity. Now, Sharp suspects...
Joe, would this not make us more like the Nephilim? If we start yeah, because there's like double rows of teeth and more teeth and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that's what he says, like Nephilim.
Oh, the Seraphim and the Nephilim.
Yeah, they got. I don't know, because we're just like inferior to the Nephilim.
Oh, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
It says here, any treatment that recruits the body's native stem cells, I kind of skip forward, or add new stem cells to the body, however, possess risk of uncontrolled tissue growth. You could like sprout a head from. Oh crap! Look at this! I grew an eyelid on my freaking tooth. What the hell?
What's his name? Quado. Quado starts growing out of your mouth.
I don't know, man. There's something wrong with dentists. Imagine growing up wanting to work inside people's dirty mouths. I don't know.
No,
that's
man.
one
It's
of those jobs
like
you gotta want to be able to do, right?
Why? Dentist and proctology go hand in hand. If you ask me.
Yeah, pretty much.
It takes a special individual to want to really get into that field, right? You know, it's kind of like people who want to be a
chiropodist. Feet.
Yeah.
Well, over here in America, you get an ass raping every time you go to the dentist anyway. So that's why I say they're both one and the same.
True. Chiropodist, though. Who would want to work with somebody's
Even
broken feet
cleaning,
all day?
you got to take out a mortgage.
These people are perverts, man. You get up in the morning, how can you feel happy about going to work in a minging mouth or somebody's cheesy feet? That's dude.
Or their hairy, crusty ass. I mean, it's awful, dude.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
There's some things, but maybe that's why they get to charge exorbitant rates because.
Is that why gynecologists look so happy all the time?
I don't know.
Like, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
So they say, Scott. So they say.
Ange said here in the U.S. you've got to go to prison to get your teeth worked on properly.
I remember Anthony Patch was telling me the prices. I nearly fell off the chair, dude.
Kev, my daughter just had to have a root canal. $1,400.
God, well, it was about $2,000. Yeah, 2,000. Anthony quoted me.
That's without a crown. You put a crown on, you're well over $2,000.
I don't get it, man. Somebody in the chat room has just brought up a show, Mr. or Dr. Pimple Popper. Have you people ever watched that? No.
We should throw some of those on. She does some great work.
Oh, dude, people.
We'll get copyright. We'll get copyright because.
And Scott's thinking to himself, I'm not watching that.
Dr. Ange is a pimple connoisseur. If you have any sort of anomaly on your skin, she's like a mother monkey.
Yeah.
That's
like a form of ASMR for some people.
What is that ASMR all about, dude? I still don't get it, man.
It's just certain things that put you into a relaxed state. It could be anything,
Definitely something that does that for Ange.
Let's have a look here. Incredibly soft whispering. Okay,
yeah, she's grooming her loved ones. She gets satisfaction from such. Yeah, she's a Leo, so that's what happens. Like a cat, they like. You ever see cats? They always clean each other and stuff. That's what she does.
Yeah.
Something's exceedingly wrong with my browser today.
It's with everybody's, Kev. It's just acting weird.
This is this ASMR. What's it stand for, Scott?
Oh man, I auditory stimulus something reaction. I don't know right off.
Have you seen this kind of thing, Joe?
No. Never.
Watch this, right? This is like, well, not watch, but listen.
Hi. I am so very, very happy to see you again.
And that goes on for 18 minutes.
That's crazy, dude.
Most ASMR like this actually has the complete opposite effect on me, and it aggravates me extremely.
Yeah, it's I don't know, I don't get it. There's a couple of channels, I don't know how I ended up subscribed to them, but you get videos from them every day, and one of them was like putting on hospital gloves. This looks like one of them as well. Like he's got.
Wow.
Why would you pretend to be a doctor?
Deborah, could you please send in the next client? Thanks.
Dude, you need help. You need help right now. Let's rip this guy a new one. There's something creepy about this.
Oh yeah, I'd love a coffee. Yeah, I'll just get the usual. Double soy espresso cappuccino latte. Could we just watch it on the sugar? I won't get
Oh, admit it. You're wanting soy in your coffee, son. It's soy all the way for this one, isn't it?
Really trying to watch my weight. Yeah, let's just do 5 teaspoons. It should be. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. Yeah, please.
821,000 subscribers.
Yes, some of these ASMR channels have subs in the millions, and it's insane.
Doing something totally wrong here.
Leave at this point. Alright, so we'll do an actual exam, get nice and comfortable. I've never really done one of these before, so we're gonna be learning it together as we go. So I think the first thing we gotta do is have some pretty clean equipment, right?
This guy needs a doctor. Why would... I don't get this. 32,000 views. Surely this has got to be like comedy.
I have an idea, guys.
It is comedy, but it's like whispers.
I just kind of found these in the janitor's room. They smell okay. Yeah. Alright, so let me just put these on.
Girls, again, it goes along with the octopus and the squid. If you go home with a dude and he starts whispering to you like this, and you see him putting on the white jacket and pulling his gloves out, again, time to go. It ain't gonna end good. You don't want to be a statistic in that show. And Joe,
Kev, I have an idea. Let's make the weekend stream.
Oh my God.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it in ASMR.
see, I find
Okay.
He sounds just like it.
you do good at that, Scott.
You're natural, Scott.
Thanks, guys.
What the hell, dude? Hang on a minute. Hang on. Unirock in the chat room. My word, Uni. What have we stumbled upon here? All these people whispering to people out there. Thousands of people wanting whispered at. What? I don't get it, boys. So what else we got? We got like time for one more story before we go. One more story. Have we got one in the grab bag? Have we?
I don't know.
One more before we go, Joe. Have we got one?
Uno más.
I think we've got one about robots. But again, look. My browser's glitched out, man. No idea. No idea why. No idea. It's probably because it needs whispering to. Likes it when you talk to it like that. Yeah. I don't get that crap, man. I don't get it. Will we wrap it up, boys? You are looking. I think we've kind of gone through our stories tonight.
I got one more.
You got one more? Is it better than the whispering dude that we just seen?
To the sun, my friends. Costa UFO. Silver flying saucer film zooming through a deadly storm in Alicante. Is investigated by who?
Oh, no. Come on. It better not be Scott Waring.
That's right. NASA is reportedly investigating a video showing what appears to be a silver flying saucer darting through a deadly storm in Alicante. Computer scientist Alejandro Mola filmed this footage during the electrical storm yesterday. Look at that, Kev. Do you see that?
I do see it, but...
The video appears to be a silver disc moving through the clouds. Spanish news outlet Agencia A6, oh, I like that, says it's been inundated with requests from UFO to weather enthusiasts since sharing the clip online. Among the interested parties, of course, is NASA, who asked for the original footage. According to A6, a similar sighting was reported by NASA in the skies over Wisconsin last July.
There's something looks wrong with that. Something looks wrong with that right away.
What's that? Now, what do you think is wrong with it?
That doesn't look like it's... That looks like it's either a light bouncing off. So it doesn't look like it's got any...
I was about to say, Kev, it looks like some kind of lens flare phenomenon of something probably bouncing off the lights from the city below. But I don't know. I don't know.
What this is a warning to everybody that's going to storm Area 51.
You think so?
Absolutely. This is what's going to happen to you.
This is what's going to happen to anyone that goes into Area 51. They're going to get the whispering doctor.
That's right. That's right.
The whispering proctologist.
That's right.
Bend over, Joe.
Bend over. Here it comes again. Oh, baby.
You know there's freaks getting off on the noise of those like surgical gloves, don't
That's
you?
what Aunt said. She's like, oh yeah, there's freaks out there that get off on that stuff. I'm like, get off on it? Are you serious? People get off on that? Oh my God, there's some. And this guy's got 831,000 subscribers.
Break this. This is the only pair of gloves we have.
Look at that. They're like, ah! You kidding?
So bored.
Oh wow, man, he makes a life out of it. Oh, hang on, is he put? Dude, I'm not being cruel, but you really need to seek help. You need to get out more. You need counselling. I don't know. And then you find out that 200,000 people have watched this.
Hey, what did I tell you? Did I not say, Scotty, 10 minutes before we're done, he'll show up and then he'll make it go for an hour over.
No way. No way.
He just showed up.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me on.
21, he just messaged me. Hold on, let me see if I can. Okay, I'm here. We had people here and too much noise, so I couldn't go on yet. I can hang now. Ha ha ha. Kev, no bueno, too late.
What, dude?
Okay, well, he could take over for me then. If you want to stay, I'm out.
I don't know. He probably won't answer now anyway.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. There he
He
is.
did it.
Popeye, nice of you to join us just as we're wrapping up. How you doing, man?
Nice.
Hello, gentlemen.
Well, Popeye, it's good that you're here because we think we've found the new kind of content that you'd be good at. You could
Totally.
like sit and stroke your beard and whisper about it like this guy. It's all right, Popeye. Only 200,000 people have enjoyed this.
See, this is why.
It's ASMR.
Again, this is why I moved to the woods. 'Cause every time
I don't blame you.
every time I see the internet, dude, it's just like, I'm out. I quit. I really don't, like, honestly, society has taken such a downturn.
You think?
It's absolutely, oh, bro, it's just absolutely amazing.
Chat room Bill says it's idiocracy. I have to agree.
It is. We live in idiocracy, and Trump is President Camacho.
I don't even give
He
him
is.
that much credit, to be honest with you.
He's totally President Camacho, dude. He comes out and shooting guns and shit. Then he bans them. Then he's gonna ban vapes. Then he's not gonna ban vapes.
So Popeye, what was your excuse for being like, oh, I don't know, a show late for the show?
Well, it wasn't really planned. And I told you, we had people over, and it was way too noisy, and I was trying to get away to a quiet spot, but you know that wasn't happening. So I was just like, yeah, not gonna have all sorts of noise going on in the background.
So Joe called it right then, because Joe said he'll be here 10 minutes from the end. I said no, Popeye
Well,
wouldn't
see, I didn't
do
know
that.
I didn't know that you guys were like getting off air at like 9:30.
We've got this golden rule of 90 minutes. We reckon any longer than 90 minutes, we start boring ourselves, let alone the audience.
Good.
You
I
see?
guess that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Did you enjoy the Q video I sent you?
Dude, I can't even. I can't even with your Q crap. What the
But
Okay,
what's
Popeye,
up with Q?
Popeye, that was a plane that hit the Pentagon.
Yeah, it was a plane. Sure, it was. They just didn't catch pictures of it because
Because it was a
camera.
plane. There's no need to catch
Because
pictures of
it's
it.
the same company. It's the same company that manages the cameras that like were monitoring Jeffrey Epstein.
That's right.
It's Q confirmed, Popeye. You can't question it now.
All right, I'm sorry, Scott. I'm wrong. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Q said it, so it must be true.
exactly, dude. Don't
Q.
question the letter of the alphabet. Come on,
Trust
Popeye.
the plan.
By the way, Q said people should give up their guns
Hey, trust the plan.
and their freedom, but trust
Trust
the
the plan.
plan.
It's 4D
Don't worry
chess,
about it.
Popeye.
Trust the plan. I got a plan, and it's gonna work out.
Yeah,
involves you losing all of your rights because you believe some schmuck named Q.
that's right. Kill brackets. Trust the plane. Kill brackets.
Trust the plane. Brilliant.
Trust the plane. What plane? There is no
Q
plane.
said there was Popeye. Now stop it, okay? Just stop it, all right? Enough of that. But we've been watching some weird paranormal woo the past couple of days, Popeye. Like, as in, off the charts, crazy. Like, what was last night's one? Shadow Dude?
Yeah.
Poor name for a really scary ghost, but I tell you what, Popeye, this is like the weirdest woo you've ever seen, dude.
Oh, it was grade A+ woo.
Yeah, but is it like fake bullshit?
No. Well, myself and Scott were quite impressed.
100% Rizzle, yo.
Wow, for Joe to say that because he doesn't believe in ghosts.
That is some shiznit, man. That's all I got to say. I was like, damn.
Man, I am so, it's weird. I mean, I see stuff on the internet. I do have internet. Like, I can see websites and stuff, and
Nice.
I get YouTube on my phone. But Joe knows what I mean when I say when you live out in the country, you kind of live in a pocket.
Hamsters.
Is it that bad, Popeye?
Huh?
Is it a different dimension out there?
It's
He does. He lives in
real.
a tramp's pocket now.
Yeah, I kind of do live in a tramp's pocket. It's nice and quiet out here. Okay, for instance, I don't know if Scott told you, but like, well, Joe knows, living out in the country is a totally different life. So you're kind of isolated. So I almost ripped my thumb off my hand a couple weeks ago, and I had to play the part of first responder to myself and like run
You
the
legend,
show.
man. You legend.
Until I almost passed out, dude. Like, it was no joke. Like, I realized I was like, shit, I'm out in the country. And there is no, like, Tina called 911 and they were like, we need directions on how to get to your place. Okay, that's the kind of like where I live in the country.
Just
like,
listen
you're by
for
yourself.
just listen for the bearded man squealing like a banshee.
No, dude, I was totally calm. I told her, I said, you need to, but I don't think she realized she didn't realize what was going on at first. And I was like, babe, I need you to focus because it's ripping my fucking thumb off my hand. And she was like, oh my God, because my hand got caught in a plumbing snake. And it pulled my thumb out of socket, and then it was proceeding to slowly rip it off my hand.
Yeah,
and I had to cut it.
It's all right. We found that thumbs are overrated, so it's not really.
Yeah, you only need 9 fingers.
It's okay because we read a story earlier. You can grow a new one, Popeye.
Grow a new one. That's right.
Yeah.
And hey, I got a question. So
okay, hold on. Wait. Humans can grow new thumbs now?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. I gotta know. So your thumb gets ripped off. You go to the hospital. They put it back on. They do a little surgery, and hopefully, things are gonna.
No, it didn't. It was still fleshy attached. It got pulled out the socket,
the socket,
and then it started to slowly tear the ligaments and the tendons.
So
and
did they just tell you to man up and take an aspirin, or did they actually?
Oh, the VA? No, they gave me. The VA doctor was actually pretty cool. The trauma doctor was like, dude, I've seen a lot of shit in my 30 plus years as a trauma doctor. He's like, but your wound disturbs me because it looks like it was all black and blue and like jacked up on the outside, but it looked worse on the inside. And he was just like,
he's like, here, take, what do you want? I've got a plethora of
somebody in the chat room's got it.
No, they're only allowed in Florida. They can only give you because the opioid crisis, and they react so well to that.
Yeah,
they flipped out the last year.
7. I count 7.
Governor. So you're only allowed to get 3 days supply.
3 days. Oh man.
3 days. Yes. My dad had his knee replaced.
Yeah.
When was it? Like 2 months and a half to almost 2 months ago.
Yeah.
He had his knee replaced, and they only gave him a 3-day supply of medicine. They wouldn't give him any more.
On day 4 when it hurts really bad?
They don't give a fuck. They're allowed to give you one more.
Tough shit, take an aspirin.
So his doctor wrote him another script. And when they wrote him another script, the doctor went and put it in the system because it's all automated now. And they made all of the I don't know if you guys know this, but all the pharmacies, right? So it used to be none of the pharmacies talk to each other. So you could go to one pharmacy with a script
All
from one
talk to
doctor,
each
another
other.
pharmacy with
Yeah.
a script from another doctor. Well, they went to, now they're all linked, even the VA. So you can't go and get it. You get a script from one place that's a narcotic or anything, it's in the system, and you go to another place, they won't refill it.
Right.
So the VA, his doctor at the VA goes to refill his pain medication, and they won't give it to him. The state flagged it, and the computer system would not allow it to be dispensed. There's your big brother. It's the algorithm. Boom.
Huge, and instant. Wow.
Dude, he had total knee replacement. My father had total knee replacement, and they wouldn't give him painkillers. I made him stay in the hospital for an extra week because he ended up getting pneumonia, and then I made him stay. Like I convinced them to keep him in, and then I convinced him because he didn't want to stay. And I was like, look, you get out, they're only going to give you 3 days of painkillers. In here, they give you IV painkillers for as long as you're an inpatient. And he was like, oh. And I said, yeah, and you're going to need it. When he got out, they gave him a 3-day supply, and that was it. And he was like, can I get any more? And they were like, nope, not allowed. Thanks, state of Florida. Appreciate it.
It's all like this, Popeye. It's all going crazy shit.
Because it's the other side, so now the pendulum swings to the other side, Joe.
Right.
Because it never finds that middle ground. It always has to swing to the extreme of one side or the other.
I can't wait till everything's legalized. It's coming.
Well, it should be. It's retarded. I mean, it's stupid that it's not, dude.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Dude, it's so frustrating. And then you get doctors that they just don't know what they're talking about. And then you get now, they don't want to give disability out to anybody that really needs it. But hey, if you're from another country and you want free healthcare and stuff, just vote Democrat. It doesn't matter. Democrat, Republican, it's all fake. It's all bullshit anyway. They're all the same. It's all a big show. It's all a big show. Trump is there to get everybody. I could do a whole episode on this, dude. I would need like 90 minutes to explain everything. But he was there to get the right wing, the people that have guns, freedom, libertarian, and all that. He was there to get them under control. And that's what he's used for. Because the same people that were like, you're not going to take my guns, are the same people that are like, but the cops are justified for shooting everybody because you should just listen to what the cops tell you. Whoa. Hey, what if the cops are going to come try to take your Second Amendment away? Then what are you going to do? There's like a conflict of programming. Come and take it, but I love the cops. What do I do? Thin blue line, come and take it. Their head explodes.
We're watching a guy on screen. Levi's got a head!
Whoa! What the hell?
That guy is headless.
There's a headless guy.
But this is the channel that we were watching last night. It's called King Frostmare. And he's on a 48-hour live stream of like paranormal and woo. I'm going to drop his link in the chat room for people to go and check him out. Great channel. Great channel full of woo. But as you were talking there, I had no idea that we were looking at somebody with no bloody head.
There's one video I've seen that's creepy recently. Well, probably like 5 or 6 months ago. But there's a video from Iraq of these Iraqi school kids running through like an abandoned school that used to be under Al-Qaeda control back in the day. And I think it might have been even after ISIS had been through there, but they were running through this abandoned school videotaping, and they didn't even catch it. Like they didn't see it, but on film, they walk into a room and you can clearly see like a headless torso and body walking towards them in the room. And it's like a black shadow.
Yes.
Oh, that seems to be a pretty common feature of the black shadows, doesn't it? Like a disembodied head or a removed head.
Knocked over. Yeah. Just
yeah.
Yeah, out of the ordinary for sure.
Somebody in the chat room, they're already a member of this guy's channel. Lisa, I think it was.
It's a good channel. He's got some good stuff on there.
Very good channel.
My mom
I like his accent, yeah.
Yeah, my mom is subscribed to his channel, so,
Something's going to happen here, man.
So.
Whoa. See, what
We'll get some of that.
Yeah, pretty weird. So we're gonna start.
He's like, hey, wait a minute, I've seen that trick before.
So-
He's got that Popeye look to his face.
We
He's
are
got-
out of time, boys. We are out of time. I know you've got to shoot off, Joe. So
Aye.
if you hang up, then we'll see how the cameras kind of
I know,
rearrange
we don't wanna-
after
we
that.
don't do that. We don't want to do that to
Ye-
everybody.
No. We'll stay for 5 minutes, then we're out of here.
That's right.
5 minutes. Come on, Popeye. We've got 5 minutes for you to educate us in the InfoWar 2.0. Come on, dude.
I don't know, man. I have to tell you what, this shit's making me want to come out of retirement.
See, Scott, I told you earlier on, I said I triggered Popeye. I triggered the poopster. I sent him the old QAnon confirms 9/11, and it baited him.
I have to tell you, it was a challenge for me to do it all those years with the limited bandwidth. So enjoy that with all its majesty. That's all I will tell you.
Well, I can always try to figure something out, but
Yeah. But
to make me want to come out of retirement, dude, you really got to like. I'm just irritated with the way things are.
Should be. Should be.
YouTube's a fucking joke.
It is a joke. Yeah.
It's a joke.
No, it's
Everyone's
not.
like-
YouTube is great. I don't want any bad words said about YouTube on my channel, please. My friends, at Google are very good, Popeye.
I don't mean YouTube itself. I mean the other people on it.
That's okay
Like
then, because I love
The
Google.
state-
I
the
love
state
YouTube.
of media on it. The platform itself is useful. It's actually the live streaming capabilities they've really upped their game with. But I don't know, man. The diversity of people that are on there is a joke. Nobody knows what they're talking about. People, it's you know how frustrating it is to watch people do videos and they have like they're getting all this. They're getting like all these people that are awake and they want to like learn. They're all focusing their attention on people that don't understand what they're even speaking about. It's super frustrating.
Yes.
Yes.
It's super frustrating to watch, and then I'm just like, no, come on, people can't be. And it's like watching the train wreck that I warned about years ago happening, and it's getting to the point where it's like Tina said to me, she's like, you need to get back on air.
Yo, we don't need to be no OGs.
Somebody says,
somebody
says, is Popeye speaking from the shitter with that echo he's got going on?
No, I'm telling you, it's not.
No, my whole house is super echoey because I have no furniture in it.
But Popeye, imagine, right?
I told you all of my stuff is literally in the storage.
Popeye, imagine how bad it is when I'm probably viewed as one of the more logical voices in the alternative media.
This is not. This is it's really.
That's how bad it's got, dude.
It's gotten that bad. Incoming.
Incoming, Brian. Put the joint down, Brian. Come on, man.
Come on, Brian.
He's on
One more
mushrooms,
for the team,
dude.
For the team.
He was celebrating we got the shoe and things, so he could be a while. He was on Pam's crack pipe. Indeed, Germanus. Indeed. Come on, Brian. Take it away, man.
Another great, informative and funny show. Thanks, lads.
Thank you, Germanus. And
Expect your.
yes, thank everyone else out there. So yeah, Popeye, we need you back, man. Come on. I do daily streams.
Well, next, once I get everything set up, I gotta get my stuff out of storage, and then I gotta upgrade my equipment somehow. I don't even have Popeye radio anymore. It was supposed to auto renew, and somebody sniped it. Like
no, that's not good.
Dude.
That's a killer, man.
Bro, so now right now I'm pretty much like in limbo. It's almost like Thanos snapped and I turned into dust.
Are you in like purgatory?
Yes.
Damn, dude. You're out there with the likes of Jonesy and Milo and things, man.
Yes. I was, and like I mean, I know that people go out and they buy stuff to then try to resell, but like, I mean, who really? I don't know. It was sniped, dude. It was literally, it became available, and before the auto renew even like kicked in, somehow it got sniped. Because I called one of my friends and I was like, hey man, what's up with my, like, why is my archive all jacked up? And he's like, hold on, let me go check. And he's like, oh fuck, somebody sniped it.
I must admit I lost all my content on kevbakershow.com, but I kept the web address, thankfully. had to rebuild it up again slowly. But
I have all of my content archived. I'm not silly enough. I was archiving YouTube back, 10 years ago. I still have all those videos I downloaded.
you're the man,
that are
Popeye.
gone.
You're the man. We should all have listened to you, Popeye. We really should, man.
I still have those hard drives. People just buy the hard drives, man. I'll load them up.
That's right.
There's got to be like 200 of those things. I used to sell those. I used to get like 4 terabyte drives and then load them or back in the day, it was like not even terabyte. I was getting like 250 gig or whatever was the biggest available at the time. And I'd load them with all the videos, but they're all over the world. I mailed those things like all over the place, Canada, Australia, the UK, all over the United States, South America. Yeah, the truth is out there. You can't stop it. That genie's out of the bottle. And I did shit old school, so it wasn't like you can block it digitally. Good luck with that. I did it old school. I sent it out in hard drives. That's how Bill Cooper used to do his stuff back in the day. May Brussels, they all used to use audio tapes.
Yeah.
Did you honestly just compare yourself to like William to like Bill Cooper there? Did you?
The Raptor.
No, I wouldn't compare myself to either him or May.
I had a better one. Didn't I give it to you? The one of him musing about something?
Oh, you did? But oh no, I've lost it, I think. Dude, there's something so slow in my computer down today. It's unbelievable.
So yeah, it's the
and this computer doesn't slow down, dude. It's like it's quantum.
Kev,
that's the schlong of anti-privacy, as they say over there.
How much you want to bet, Kev, that Windows 10 is doing an update in the background?
Probably. Yeah, you're
Well, you're not
probably
going to
right.
be able to do anything but Windows 10 soon anyway, because they're shit canning support for Windows 7. I keep getting things popping up on my computer.
Yeah.
You should totally change. Fuck you.
You can say anything in this accent and sounds intelligent.
Yes, exactly, Roosevelt, exactly.
That's what gives Kev this perception of intelligence. He's really dumb as a box of rocks. But
A box of frogs, dude. Come on.
He just adds his Scottish accent to things, and people
and
are
it is,
wooed by
all of
it.
a sudden he's like Albert Einstein.
That's why he uses the word woo. It's not really like woo as in like science fiction or paranormal or anything like that. It's woo as in Kevin's going to use his voice to woo you.
That's why he's wooing you with his snake oil.
All I need is content now, Popeye, and I'll be sorted, man. A little bit of content, and I can take over the world.
It's like the science tent revival. It really is. He's going to start healing people here soon.
I think so.
You're going to start doing faith healing. You're going to grab people by the head.
But not.
Yeah, man, we could start that. We could have like Kev's New Age like clinic.
Kev's New Age body part regeneration service.
Come sit with me and drink the
They're going to be
Woo-Aid.
able to 3D print body parts.
Of course, yes. Not for us though.
Kev Ventnor and
I'll get my pal Jordy on it, man. Me and Jordy.
Baker, Ventnor, and Rose.
That sounds cool, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah,
The real question though is if you start doing that, right? You start
VR.
patenting humans and printing body parts and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean,
Mike Baker and Craig Venter and Jordy Rose.
where does that end? Right. I mean, that's the whole transhumanist debate. But like, you could easily just let logic run its course. Technically, if you could 3D print a whole new body and somehow put an operating system into it that you could download your soul into, you could hop from body to body to body.
Well, there's a question for you, Popeye. I done a show on this last week. I had an author on talking about her book, Monkey Mind, Robot Body. And it was about the near future where basically you could opt for a transhuman body. And your consciousness would go into this entirely robotic kind of a host.
Where do you think David Rockefeller's consciousness went to?
Yeah, exactly. Similar thing. Sideload yourself into this body that's never gonna, it's never gonna get disease. It's gonna be able to go on forever and ever. And I'd ask you what I asked her, Popeye. Does that mean if you've got the exact copy of somebody's consciousness, do you think the soul's attached to that dude?
No.
Nah, I don't think it is either, to be honest with you.
Me
it's a copy. It's a facsimile. It's not an original.
No.
It's like if you copy something, even with like I have a laser printer, right? You know, they're all they're super duper awesome technology, right? You take a piece of paper and you copy it in there, and you select highest quality, you print it out, and you take the original and take the copy and look. It's very similar. It's like 98% similar, but it's not exact. And
yeah, there's data loss, and that data that's lost is I guess what you would consider the soul. Yeah.
Right. And right. That's my analogy. Correct, Scott. The loss that you see is the soul.
Speaking of soul, it's time to for us souls to check out.
Yes, that sounds good. And Popeye,
God, Joe, why do you have to make it sound so creepy?
Because it's creepy.
Did you not know, though, Popeye, that the word guy, like as in, hey, guys, this guy, that guy, guy is actually, it means creep. Did you know that?
That's right. It means creep.
Really? The word means creep? That's cool.
Yeah, and now you can no longer address a room as, hey, guys.
Yeah. No.
You have to say, hey, scholars. If you're in a forest, you're allowed to say, hey, campers. But you can't say guys because...
You can't say guys. It's derogatory.
You're fucking totally offending my 3,000 genders. So if you could please stop it.
Well, there is now over 100. That's what they're teaching in UK schools. 100 plus genders. Yes.
Hey, man,
I'm trying my hardest to trigger them. I'm trying to trigger them before we go.
I'm sorry, it has nothing to do with biology. No.
I identify as a vape pen.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well,
and now
you are then a deadly weapon.
Yes. Did you know that QAnon is telling people that the vape pen is actually a Trojan horse?
It's a Chinese Trojan horse meant to kill everybody.
Yes,
that's right.
There you go.
Just right. So you know. Maybe it's because you can imbibe whatever you're vaping quietly. I mean, as long as you're not blowing like big, obtruse, fucking vape clouds in people's faces and being kind of an asshole about it, like obnoxious.
Oh no, those people are nice. Those people that think they're dragons and they're and it's all filling the room up. Absolute asshats. But folks, talking of asshats, I'll be back tomorrow.
Russians has to get out of here. Make like a skull and get the flock out of here.
I'll come on for a full show with you, I promise.
Good.
Okay,
right, I'll be on tomorrow. We'll have the safe space in the afternoon where we can crack open the finger paint, we can draw, we can retreat from the world's madness, and I'll get triggered by the latest kind of gender stories, the culture war, all that social justice madness that's going on. Join me for that tomorrow night on the Kev Baker Show. No guests this week, so hopefully Scotty will be on one night. We're going to get serious.
Yeah. I was gonna say I might decide to just airdrop in tomorrow night and talk about the whole situation going on with Saudi Arabia. Don't want to talk about it tonight, but
might join you too.
Oh, nice. We might have a Joe Joseph. We're gonna get serious tomorrow, folks. We're gonna take a look at what's going on over in Saudi Arabia. So remember, join me for the daytime stream. Might be a simulcast. I'll definitely be on TFR tomorrow night. You see, you just can't get enough of me. Remember to keep your mind open, but not to the point till your brain turns to black goo and pisses out the side of your head. Until next time, we're out of here.